welcome to the Galactic Mind Weather Report. So yesterday we closed off this 13-day wave spell of the yellow sun, which was really about exploring and evolving our capacity to be sovereign, to be really self-empowered and, to be our own inner authorities of how we drive these human vehicles. And today we're opening up. So we closed that off yesterday. So it was kind of a very masculine type of energy, very father-like, calling us to power. And now we have the rain. So I'm going to go through this rain and hope that it comes okay and the phone survives. But today we're opening up what's known as the red Skywalker Wavespell. Now the red Skywalker is all about waking up our capacity to see the world outside of ourselves. So over these next 13 days, we're going to be, coming up against themes in our lives of seeing where we're not awake, the blind spots in a way. And the reason these happen is we can become so self-involved, so self-absorbed in our own awakening process, doing all our internal work and understanding the energy, how it moves through our body. We can understand our emotional, mental things, that sometimes we can get so obsessed with our own inside world that we forget that there is an outside reality that we are interacting with at all times. So the red Skywalker Wavespell that begins today and goes for 13 days is going to be helping us explore the outside world. The outside world is a reflection of our inside world. What we see around us is a reflection of the veils of perception that we see through. In a sense, when you go out into the world and you go to a shopping center, for example, you will have a very different experience to what you witness, what you see and go through at this shopping center than somebody else. Somebody who comes from a different line of thinking, somebody who, likes maybe outwardly going things, and maybe you're an inward kind of person, so a shopping center might be a bit overwhelming, but this other person might be, a very outward person, a very kind of that loves the exploration and the interaction. So it's really about, understanding that when you explore the world around you, you have to be careful about making sure you clean your own veils of perception, clean your own windows that you're looking through. And be aware that when you're interacting with others around you, that they have their own version. They see things differently. They experience things tangibly differently than you do. So this red Skywalker is really about encouraging us to open up our minds, to let go of our dogmas. We've all got them. We think that we don't. Especially a lot of us in this spiritual community can sometimes think, oh, no, we're waking up, we don't have these dogmas. And yet paradoxically, suddenly you start realizing, I think I do. I think actually that these things that I held so lightly in my exploration of my own spirituality, my own emotional body, my mental body, these different tools and understandings that I used to hold lightly in my exploration have kind of become rigid, and I'm holding on to them like a life raft. But it's a very subconscious process, so sometimes we don't realize how much we are actually holding on to our own belief systems, our own dogmas, and in turn creating these veils of how we see the world around us and thinking everyone sees it the same. But it's far from that. Humanity is the most vast, diverse, incredible, creative exploration of existence. It's an amazing thing. We can get caught up in the hate, blame, and shame game, but it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. And so for this 13 days, you're really encouraged to step a little bit out of your comfort zone, to explore things that are not your normal, day-to-day life. Try something a little bit different. Now, don't go over the top. Don't be reckless. Don't be causing yourself danger and all the rest. But a little bit of risk-taking in the sense of, dare to humiliate, dare to be silly. Dare to be able to try something that you never thought you should do, and just try it and see what happens. You know, the Red Skywalker is going to be encouraging us not to worry about what other people think, but get out there and find yourself amongst it. Find your place in your environment. Find your place in your community. You know, find your place in your work and how you earn your income and how you survive. It's, you know, this Red Skywalker, again, is really about getting us to open our eyes to see the world we have created, to see the world that you have created for yourself, and to open your eyes to take responsibility for, you know, the decisions that you have made to get here, because then you become fully empowered. When you're awake and you are exploring and willing to see the things that you don't want to see, that enables you to become much more powerful as an individual creator in making conscious decisions as to what you want to create from here going forwards. And that's what we really want to do right now. We all want to spend a little bit of time for this next 13 days clearing the slates and allowing ourselves, with our newfound sovereignty, our newfound inner willpower, to go out into the world. And this doesn't mean you have to go traveling. I'm not talking about, you don't even have to leave your house. But just change the way you do things. Expand your mind. You know, read something different. Try something different. Do a different routine each day. You know, maybe read a kind of book that you wouldn't normally read. If you read nothing but fiction, maybe try reading a non-fiction book these 13 days. If you're always reading non-fiction, maybe try reading fiction. So just allow yourself to try something new. And you might find that when you try these new things that are outside of your comfort zone, that they begin to help reflect back to you more and more of these unknown aspects of yourself that haven't fully been ignited yet. And through that exploration, you begin to fully wake up not just your mind, but your body and soul. And from that place, you become this incredible psychonaut of human existence that you can actually, with this self-empowered, aware ability to watch yourself, go into this mad, crazy planet and just play. You know? Feel the pain, feel the beauty, the suffering and the joys, and just really evolve your capacity to stay awake and present and in the now while you're doing it. So I hope you enjoy this Wavespell of the Red Skywalker. It has a lot of adventure hidden inside and you know, juicy treasures to be found if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone. So thank you again for tuning to the Galactic Mind Weather Report. Don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon page if you would like to contribute towards this work continuing and growing. And I'll see you mid-Wavespell in Lakesh. Much love.